Ayesha Curry is the reason why you got people making fun of this man. You literally sat out here on this motherfucking app and embarrassed this black man with fucking black children that you have and said, oh, I didn't think he was ever going to be successful.
Damn. We wouldn't even know you if it wasn't for Steph Curry. We wouldn't know you if it wasn't for Barack Obama.
But she want to be known for being her own.
But by the way, even if you weren't married to them, we still wouldn't know you.
So I saw that Ayesha Curry commented on her husband's post, and some random person commented under her post stating, but yet you still want an open relationship. If I were him, I would have been sent you to the streets already. She responded with, don't believe everything you read and don't disrespect my marriage.
Oh my God, Steph, you're right. I'm so sorry. I should never speak on another man's marriage, and I should learn to have more respect for people's sacred bonds, and I never should have spoke out a turn that was so sassy of me. My brother in Christ, did you tell your wife she was one of the worst when she was taking her wedding ring off for male strippers for millions of people to see on nationally televised interviews?
Y'all gonna be mad at me, but I had to do my research. Steph Curry. Let's get into this video.
Steph Curry, your wife has embarrassed you for over about 10 years. You are 6'3", $300 millionaire, which most of you freaking 304 women, especially black women, talk about. I need my man to be 6'5". I need my man to do this. I need my man to make a million because $1 billion. Blah 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 blah. Ayesha Curry is the reason why you got people making fun of this man. You are an embarrassment as a wife, especially a black wife at that. See, this is why most athletes or most successful black men date outside their race, because of dumb 304 like you. You literally sat out here on this motherfucking app and embarrassed this black man with fucking black children that you have and said, oh, I didn't think he was ever going to be successful. Dumb. What? His dad played in the NBA. His dad was in there shooting in the gym. Was you helping just Steph Curry shooting in the gym? Y'all wonder, and you black women wonder why brothers go for the fucking Becky Mylings and Marisol. Shout out to Mr. Samuels. This is why black women, you're not being approached and you're not getting on, nobody's taking you on dates. And you wonder why you see other races of women getting picked, taking your fucking men. I.e. the successful black men. Fuck you talking about? I'm in between New York City and Philly, Jersey. Steph Curry could have been bagged one of them baddies in New York. One of these baddies out here in Jersey. North Jersey, by the way. I'm just saying. Okay? You should be fucking kissing and licking sucking his toes, you dumb. I'm sorry, Steph. I'm upset. Because you're a successful black man that's doing good for his family. It is what it is, man. Jersey.
Oh my God, Steph, you're right. I'm so sorry. I should never speak on another man's marriage, and I should learn to have more respect for people's sacred bonds, and I never should have spoke out a turn that was so sassy of me. Is exactly what I would say if I was a lame ass. My brother in Christ, did you tell your wife she was one of the worst when she was taking her wedding ring off for male strippers for millions of people to see on nationally televised interviews? Did you call your wife the worst when she said that she really wasn't even interested in you until you made it to the NBA in the first place? Listen, then you got all these women jumped in the comments talking about oh, he's not a husband. He's speaking on another man's marriage. This is so sassy. So what was it when y'all was speaking on Cardi B's marriage before she found out Offset was cheating? I thought that ain't that weird of y'all to be speaking on somebody else's marriage, worried about what somebody else is doing. But this married lady can flirt with a male stripper and take her wedding ring off and pretend like she's gonna go home with him, and that's just all. And he's fine with it, so we can't say anything. I don't give a. I'm from 7 Mile. I don't give a fuck about that weak ass shit y'all talking about. Go stream Bookie Woods, nigga. Look at this. Grown ass woman dressed like Northwest. And I'm the problem? Give it a break, bro. Like, what are we talking about, gang? Grown as hell, somebody's wife looking like a 16-year-old groupie. Like, come on, stop it, bro. I'm not the issue for speaking on some blatant disrespect that I see. Go check your wife, bro.
Woo, woo, wee. All right, y'all. A lot to take in there, but y'all know what it is. Before we get started, how y'all doing out there? To my showstoppers tuning in each and every week, how y'all doing? I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for liking and sharing the content. And if you just found this channel, let's go ahead and hit that like button, press that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I drop a video. Now let's get right into this video. Now, I originally did the video on this about a week ago, I want to say, and I seen Ayesha Curry's interview on the Call Her Daddy podcast. And I initially thought there was nothing wrong with what she said. You know, I didn't take it out of context, all right? But now that this has been going viral, I have been seeing more and more things like far as the internet, how things will pop up. And you guys, we have to be able to call a spade, all right? There were a bunch of women in the comments saying how men are not married and how men will never be married and how men are sassy for talking about another man's marriage. However, we're gonna have to call a spade and say we calling cap on all that. Now, when I did my research, I went further into it. I went and seen that when these strippers were coming out on stage, this married woman who had a ring on was acting as if she was trying to take off her wedding ring. Now, a lot of people can say she was doing it for attention. However, let's put Steph in Ayesha's shoes for a minute, okay? If Ayesha was the breadwinner and Steph went on the show where strippers came out and he was eagerly just ready to take off his wedding ring, women will find that an issue and women will find that a big problem. Women will be saying that she's stupid, she should leave him, she's the bag, he ain't no good for her. I mean, they would really dog him out if the shoes were on the other feet, if roles were reversed, right? And the same woman that would dog him out are the same women that's saying that men are sassy for talking about this. Ladies, call me whatever you want to call me sassy, but I'm here to tell you, if I'm Steph Curry and my wife go on a publicly national televised show where millions of people are watching and male strippers come out and she's acting like she's just so eager to take off her wedding ring, and I know for a fact that me and her said vows, I know for a fact that I will never double cross her in that way because Steph has never double crossed Ayesha in that way. We've seen Steph being nothing but respectful towards Ayesha. I would be really upset. Not to say they didn't have private conversations behind closed doors. However, that wouldn't be tolerated. And women, that wouldn't be tolerated from y'all. Y'all could say men are sassy all day and man, this the reason why men not married. Let me tell you this, go over there where it's tolerated at. Because for some men, that stuff is not tolerated where they are at. So you're gonna have to go somewhere where it's tolerated because men that are high value men, as they would say, like Steph Curry, and not only high value, respect his marriage, a man of his family, protect, provide, and loves his family. She goes out with his mom. They have family gatherings. She's not blindsided to anything. She knows his whereabouts. She knows everything about her husband. And yet, when she's by herself and she get a little free time, the first thing she decides to do is throw jabs. Now, I initially said that I saw nothing wrong. However, stuff's just been resurfacing up since he came out and said something about the subject to Killer Mike, addressed it online to Killer Mike, and said this guy that did the video on him was sassy, right? So, well, he didn't say he was sassy. I didn't really read the comment, but I know he said something about the guy, and basically it was like bringing shame to the guy for speaking on his marriage. Steph, a lot of people look up to you, Steph. A lot of people look up to you. We expect you to, to be with somebody that will uphold that same kind of respect and character that you present on a daily basis. We just expect you to have that same thing in return. And I know marriage is hard. Marriage is a work in process. But there are women like this right here that are begging for just an ounce of the respect that Ayesha Curry is getting. Just an ounce of the life that Ayesha Curry has. Just an ounce of the man that Ayesha Curry has. And yet we want to act like her doing certain things is not disrespectful to her husband. Going out dressed like she a 16-year-old girl that's ready to have fun and give it all away and she's married is not something that she should be doing as a wife. Now, that's just my standard. I don't know what Steph's standards are. His standards could be different, However, I know that if Steph did what Ayesha did, taking up his wedding ring for strippers, y'all would clown him. But yet again, y'all expect this man to put up with this stuff. Well, y'all don't expect it, but y'all would expect this man to put up with stuff. He actually is putting up with it. Y'all would expect this man to put up with this stuff and then be mad that if the public have an opinion about it. You guys, we cannot be out here saying, oh, respect her, give her everything she asks for, and in return, we get blatant disrespect. Blatant disrespect. Ayesha ought to be ashamed of herself. Steph ought to be ashamed of himself for even sticking up for some crap like this. But both of them, let's just say both of them ought to be ashamed of themselves to go out and stick up for some mess like this and just think that, oh, this is something that we should be showing people that are younger that might want to be married that's looking up to us. This is how marriage is supposed to go. And I challenge that. I challenge that right now. Marriage is not supposed to go like that. If your wife want to act like a hoe when she's not around you and you representing her and you could very well act like a hoe and be out here in the streets because you're Steph Curry, it might be time to let her go. If serious conversations have been held and she still is displaying these type of behaviors and characteristics, it might be time to let her go. And I don't encourage nobody, no young man, whether you got the bag or whether you just a working man providing for your family. I don't advise no young man to give out respect and to carry themselves in the most highest form of intelligence and respect. And then in return, you get blatant disrespect whenever you're not around me. There's a saying, yeah, you are who you are around me, but what you do when you're not around me, that's what matters. That's all I got to say on it. You tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Peace out.